barbecue pulled pork with orange slices and cola. Welcome to San Marcos Makes. All right, so doing a pulled pork in the Instant Pot. Many recipes on this. The big difference that I use or do is add a orange. So it's going to give this nice citrus. So you're looking for a Boston butt, bone in, bone out, doesn't matter. Cheaper to get the bone in. So I'm going to break this into manageable pieces for the Instant Pot. Variation on the recipe, you could definitely do this exact same thing in a slow cooker, 4 to 8 hours, all depending on the temperature. You could also do it in a Dutch oven in a low temperature. But for a quick meal, hour and a half, easily do this in Instant Pot. So I'm just breaking it down. If you want to trim the fat, trim the fat. This is the bone in. So I'm going to kind of cut around the bone, but I'm going to use the bone. I think it adds a little bit of flavor, but I don't want to have to pick the entire thing. Once it's done cooking, that bone's going to come right out. So I'm just going to make a quick, easy rub. To me, pulled pork, I like a sweeter barbecue rub. So using equal parts brown sugar to a saltier paprika rub. So 4 tablespoons here. I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of the other one. So whatever barbecue rub you're doing, if you want to go the sweet side, you can add the brown sugar. You can make your own. I did make sure this rub did not also have brown sugar in it. If it's one of the main ingredients, you wouldn't want to add so much. But this is mainly some salt, some pepper, paprika. All right, and then I'm just going to simply mix it up. A lot of times it's going to break it up. It's probably just as easy to grab your hands. You're fixing to get dirty anyway, so no issues there. It's always easier to use your hands. That's what they make soap and water for. All right, so just get every piece as coated as you can get it. I'll at least get a kind of a single layer on each piece, and then if I have extra, you can kind of look around and see which piece could use a little bit more. But just kind of roll it around. Try to always keep a clean hand and then a dirty hand. I broke my rule right there, right as I said it. But relatively clean hand. Got to have something to turn that knob on that to wash your hands. So I've already done it, but now I'm just kind of touching up a couple of these pieces. They could use a little. I mean, you're really not going to put too much rub. And if you want to let it set for a couple hours, you can. I don't think an Instant Pot. I don't think it's needed. But I'm sure it'd get a little better over time. All right, so you're just going to turn the Instant Pot to a saute. I wish there was a way, and I'm sure you could just turn it up, but I always mess with the timer. But I put about 2 tablespoons of oil in there, just regular vegetable oil. You're just going to put in each piece. You want to basically brown all the edges. Most likely it will not fit all the pieces in there, so try to get half. You want to go about 4 minutes per side. At least 2 sides. If you keep going really, really long, it's really going to start burning on the bottom. So I try to at least get 2 good sides really nice and brown. You can see it's browning really nicely. But it can definitely brown really bad on the bottom. And I'm meaning not the meat, but the bottom. Instant Pot can get pretty hot. But just go through all the meat, all the sides, till they're all good. I mean, this is going to take 15 minutes at the most to do all of it. Now you'll get to see all that nice brown goodness down there, but here's the next load. So you don't have to clean it out in between or nothing. Just simply get it in there. Again, just about 4 minutes each side. You can see they're starting to get a little black. That's really not the browning. That's the bottom of the sugars. Definitely blackening. So the second batch you're probably not gonna be able to cook as long. It ain't worth cleaning it right at this point. We're fixing to deglaze it. All right, so we got all the meat out. Now we're gonna build a little bit of sauce. I cut up an onion, just real quick onion. I like the flavor of an onion. A little bit of cola just to deglaze it. So I'm not putting the whole thing, just a little bit on the bottom. Start taking off some of that nice goodness. Here's the big difference: adding an orange. You can add any orange you want. Probably even any citrus. I wouldn't put a lemon, but a sweeter citrus. Just cut in slices. You're gonna put this on the bottom. You'll be blown away how good this tastes. It adds and I've been doing this for probably 10, 15 years. I don't know why I used to do it in a crock pot. And I don't know if I just had an orange and didn't have, because I used to put an onion on the very bottom so it wouldn't brown. And I don't know, maybe I didn't have one and I grabbed an orange and I've done it this way ever since. Such a good flavor. And now you're just going to layer in the meat. There is a line on the Instant Pot, so do your best to get under it. I think I was a little bit over it and just kind of smashed it down a little bit. Nothing else is needed on the top. I am going to put the rest of the cola in there. Whatever cola. I know root beer works good. Dr. Pepper works good. This is just the HEB version of Coke Zero. Just whatever around your house. All right, so I'm going to get the lid of the Instant Pot on. Put it in the sealing version. We're going to go to meat. And we're going to cook this for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. That's all this is going to take. Now, of course, depending on your Instant Pot, it may take 5, 10, 15 minutes to seal. But the actual cooking or sealing time is 15 minutes. Now, when I open mine, especially, even though this was a slow release, it's still got a lot built in there. I put a towel over it because I don't want that steam to come right over it. So it's a quick little easy way. So it still took a couple minutes to completely open. But once that little knob goes all the way down, you can open it. I still always open this away from me. I'm always worried something's gonna boil over on me, but it didn't. So now we're going to pull out all of the pulled pork. You can see it's just as tender as can be. So we'll pull it all out. We're going to leave all the oranges or onions, all that can stay in. But we're going to get the meat out, the wonderful pulled pork or Boston butt. So try to get all the pieces. No big deal if you don't get them all. We're going to strain this here in just a second. All right, so next we will take it and put it on saute, and we want to basically cook it. We're going to reduce this sauce down, probably almost by half if we can get it. So there's still a lot of fat, a lot of wonderful yumminess in there. A lot of that barbecue seasoning is still in there. So next I'm going to pull the pork. I hate pulling pork. I know there's a couple things out there that work. You can see it comes off the bone real easy. I mean, seconds. But I can't stay. I normally end up chopping it. I've tried the claw stuff, 2-fork things. Nothing really works. But I do it. All right. So we've kind of reduced it just by a little bit. It's getting kind of syrupy. That's what we're after. We're going to strain out all of the onions and oranges. And there's also some black bits down at the bottom. We actually don't want that. So that's one reason why we strain it. That's just from the Instant Pot when it kind of cooked. But we're going to put that liquid back in. We're going to continue having it on the saute mode, reducing that down. Push I wouldn't push too much through there because you're gonna get all the oranges, the pulp, and everything in there. I just want the flavor of that orange. Add a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's, one of my favorites. It's what I had in the refrigerator. You could definitely do like a North Carolina sauce, mustardy, vinegary sauce. I don't think it's going to matter. It all depends on what sauce you want. And that was probably maybe a quarter of the bottle. You don't need much because the let the seasoning and the oranges and all that be really the star here. Now I'm going to put the pulled pork back in there. Um, feel free to eat it just like this and put your own barbecue sauce. But I want it to soak up all that juice and just kind of soak it in there, stir it around, and it's done. You could cook it a little bit more, um, but it's definitely not needed. It's done. So these are just some buns from hamburger buns from the bakery at HEB. Just sliced them. I like to toast mine, so just taking a little butter in the skillet, and and the bigger reason why I like to do it on this is that barbecue sauce is going to be kind of wet, and that'll kind of give it um, a little spot where it doesn't get fall apart on you. So just a couple minutes on one side, and then I'll normally just kind of flip it over just for a second to get the outside warm. All right, let's load this bad boy up. So I'm going to put the meat on the bottom, and these are hamburgers bun size, so I'm going to take maybe a half cup, fourth of a cup, somewhere in there. Add a little purple onion, and then I'm not a big fan of their barbecue, but I absolutely love their pickles. Famous Dave's spicy pickles. You could use any pickle or no pickle, it doesn't matter. And there you'll see the kind of the finished product. Absolutely wonderful barbecue, and the citrus is amazing. You'll like it. Again, thanks for watching. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up and stay tuned for more videos. Please like, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Appreciate it.